Electric vehicle startup Rivian, they're having a lot less problems. They haven't even sold a single truck yet. They just got a brand new $1.3 billion investment. By the way, that's on top of the pre-existing $2.2 billion they already got from investors. That puts their value somewhere around between $5 and $7 billion. And you didn't even buy that truck yet, Will. You didn't even buy it. It's not even on the road yet. So that's how excited people are about electric vehicles. They got some big names on the investment as well, including Amazon being one of them. Ford themselves, another automaker, is heavily invested in Rivian. And a lot of that has to do with the platform. So you look at this stuff as a consumer and you see that's a nice looking electric truck, the Rivian truck that they're going to put out. But they've also engineered a cool platform that's underneath the truck that can then be scaled to a number of different body styles. And they call it the skateboard, which, how about that for a name? The Rivian skateboard. And you could build different trucks on top of it. And apparently Ford is working on a Lincoln SUV due in mid-2022, which could be the very first Ford vehicle that's actually built under Rivian skateboard.
A collab.
A collab. How about that for opening up the mindset? You don't look at this company across the street, and they're literally across the street in Michigan, and say, oh, let's destroy them. Let's do a better version of it. But instead you say, they got some really nice stuff. Let's plug it in. See how I said that? Plug it in. And so that's really cool to see. You can leverage what both parties have. A luxury SUV is difficult to build. You got to have the right seats in it. You got to have the right. Lincoln's got the best seats. In the Navigator, it's the best seats.
Really?
Absolutely. It's the best seats you will sit in.
Why?
Oh my, you adjust each thigh, the length of it, the padding, there's so much thought that went into it, man. I'm telling you, like, the seat, it's so different than other seats. The seat frame is independent of the cushions. The cushions all poke out and pop out from the frame. It's very bizarre. You have to look at it. They spent a lot of time. They used aviation seats as inspiration. It's a whole story you can read about what they put into those seats. And so what I'm trying to get at here is the pace at which you can innovate is limited. The pace at which you can engineer is limited. When two parties have amazing things going on, if they team up, they can accelerate the process of delivering what both do best. So if Lincoln already has a great SUV, does Rivian need to go and figure out the whole interior of what makes a nice luxury SUV and then take another 10 years to put that out? Or can they plug in, like I said previously, and Ford just take the skateboard, put it on the bottom of this. Now you have an electric vehicle version of something you already know people really like. So that's interesting to me. And I like the idea of the cooperation there. Ford, by the way, invested $500 million in Rivian in April. That's $500 million, Will.
Yeah.
And it's also going to help in other ways when it comes to production as well. So Rivian seems like a really good bet right now. From everything that I'm seeing, their vehicle, obviously a far more traditional play at an electric SUV / pickup truck than what Tesla's doing. I think part of the reason Tesla went so nuts on the design is because this thing already sort of existed, or it was very close to existing. And you can't just come out and do that then, because that's already kind of there. If you want to make a real splash, you're going to have to get more aggressive. So the existence of this thing, I think you can thank the existence of this thing for the Cybertruck. Because if I'm Elon, I'm saying, okay, that's like that. How about this?
Yeah.
Motivation, inspiration, it's all connected. So there's a lot of money, a lot of big players putting more money into Rivian. We're going to see Rivian SUVs starting in late 2020. So they're a lot closer than you think. They've got two different models that are being showcased right now, the pickup truck and the SUV, and they both look pretty cool and pretty promising. And one of the coolest parts, much like the Cybertruck, of putting electric components and creating an electric vehicle that's big, like an SUV, or a truck, is that those vehicles are all around utility and space and cargo and carrying things. And you can see there's a perfect example. All the different places you can store stuff on an electric truck including that pass through behind the second row right there, plus the bed, plus the front trunk. There's so much space for activities,
Impressive.
doing stuff. The one in the back, the pass through is hockey sticks or skis and all kinds of stuff that doesn't have to bump around and slide around. You see, it's cool, man. It's really quite cool. It's for long items, and when you close those two doors up, I mean, he's got a dog in there. No, he's just using it as a seat.
That's
right
like
now.
a platform.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, why not? Use it. You go. Speaking of hockey, you head out to the pond, take a seat, do the skates up. Oh man, I don't know. I like trucks. You already know that. I don't have to sell you on it. Anyway, looks like they're doing well.